All right, on to black, a neutral color, and it is the absence of all the other colors of the spectrum. So, black is an interesting color, and it's most commonly associated with badasses and rebels and monsters, anything that's a bit rebellious or off kilter just a little bit. For example, you would probably not see too many monsters wearing light frilly pink or fluorescent yellow. However, black is a color associated with things that are sinister, scary, obviously from the dark side, things of that nature. I can't picture Severus Snape from Harry Potter wearing anything but black, certainly not pink. And of course, that plays a large role in certain types of youth culture as well. We have our emo couple kissing, and certain, heavy metal concerts would not be the same without the color black as well. So it is very important to popular culture. However, it is also, as in fashion, considered the most fashionable color. It's also for those of us that are maybe 5 to 10 pounds or more than you would like to be. It's the most slimming color, as you probably already knew from your own wardrobe. But black is considered the most fashionable color. You've all heard the expression, the little black dress, and black goes with everything. So it is a very important color to fashion, and you would be hard-pressed to find black going out of style in any year. And before actually I click on my other piece there, as I was saying before in the green lecture, black is actually a color that causes you and the viewer to feel a bit uneasy, unsettled. So I apologize because there's so much black in my visuals here that hopefully you're not getting too antsy. But that's the reason why in schools all over the world, blackboards, actual blackboards, were replaced with green boards to calm the class down, to get people to pay attention more and to be a little bit more attentive and polite. As for design and typography, I often get the question, is it better, especially in my web design classes, is it better to have dark text on a light background or light text on a dark background? You can do both, but the one that is going to look much more professional 99.9% of the time is white background and black text, or light background and dark text. In any case, whatever you do, you want to make sure that there's enough contrast between what you have in the foreground and what you have in the background, because form follows function, and you want to make sure that your text first and foremost can be read. One little trick about using white text on a black background, first I have to say, it's actually more the exception than the rule that you're going to find professional looking websites that use this color combination. It actually reminds me of the 1990s when web design was quite new, and you had a lot of people with using black backgrounds because they thought it made their website look cool. And okay, you could, and actually most of my students want to start out with a black background as well. I would personally recommend, if you want something that looks cool and trendy but a bit dark, I would go with a nice dark gray background or medium gray, and then having enough contrast, deciding what color you're going to put on top of that. But if you absolutely have a gun to your head that you have to have white text on a black background, what I would recommend is don't put pure white text on the black background. It's very difficult for our eyes to read. You're going to give your viewers a headache. So I would recommend go with a really light gray instead that looks like white. That'll be much easier for your audience to be able to read. Another thing about black is that it is associated with death in the West, but as we said in an earlier lecture, in many countries in the East and in Asia, it's actually white that is associated with death. So if you are an international graphic designer or artist, it's really good to know these different cultural associations with color so that you don't make an accidental snafu in your design work for international clients. Just like with body language, you want to study up before you go gesticulating in foreign countries. It's the same with working with foreign clients and an international audience. It's always a good idea to know your cultural associations with various colors, as well as symbols, word choices, and gesture. But that is another lecture.